get that feeling, like you're on the outside looking in.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that sense of being a stranger. Well, that's kind of the heart of what we're diving into today.
Ooh, sounds intriguing.
You shared a book with us, Strangers in Another Country.
Ah, yes, by Lawrence G. Taylor.
Exactly. It's a collection of stories about Caribbean expats navigating life in 1960s London and Stockholm.
Fascinating period. So much change happening then.
It is. And what's really striking is, even though it was published in 2016, relatively recently,
Right.
it captures that late 60s atmosphere so vividly. You really get a sense of, what these characters were up against.
I agree. It's like stepping back in time, the social climate, the cultural clashes, it's all there.
And the thing is, the author Lawrence G. Taylor, he lived this experience, right? He emigrated from Guyana to England.
Oh, wow. So he's writing from a place of like real understanding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then on to Sweden in 1969. So he's not just telling stories, he's sharing a piece of himself
Yeah.
and a community that's often overlooked.
That's what makes it so powerful, I think. That authenticity. You can just feel it in his writing.
Absolutely. And speaking of the characters, we've got Betty, Binky, Charlie, and Moby.
A real mix of personalities there.
Right. And Taylor calls them marginal men of color.
Marginal men of color.
That's a phrase that makes you think, doesn't it?
It does. It's not your typical, expat tale. This was a time when racial tensions were high. Colonial legacies cast long shadows, right?
Absolutely. And being a person of color added another layer of complexity to their experience, I imagine.
So let's unpack that a bit. Marginal men of color. What does that actually mean for them in the context of these stories?
It's about being doubly displaced, I'd say. Strangers in a new country, yeah, but also on the margins of their own communities.
Right. So not fully accepted in either place.
Exactly. They're caught between two worlds, never fully belonging to either. It's this
Yeah.
constant feeling of being an outsider.
And how does that play out in their lives, this double displacement? Are there specific examples? Oh, definitely. Think of Betty, for instance. She's always seeking connection, but she keeps hitting these invisible walls. Like there's this scene where she's at a party and everyone's dancing, having a good time.
Okay, yeah.
And no one asks her to dance. It's subtle, but it speaks volumes about the isolation she feels.
It's like she's surrounded by people, yet
Yeah.
utterly alone. That image is so powerful.
It is, and that brings us to the themes of loneliness and alienation that run through the entire book.
Right, you really feel that sense of isolation. But is it mostly driven by external factors, like you said, societal barriers?
Well, it's partly that, for sure. But there's also this internal struggle that many of them face.
Internal struggle.
Take
Okay.
Charlie, for example. He's haunted by choices he made back home, the things he left behind, the could-have-beens.
Ah, so it's like a weight he carries with him.
Exactly. And that internal turmoil, it fuels his alienation, makes it even harder to connect with others, even those who share similar experiences.
It's like Taylor saying, sometimes we're our own worst enemy, right?
That's a deep way to put it. But yeah, I think there's some truth to that. We build walls around ourselves.
That's a heavy thought.
Yeah.
And then you add another layer, right? This unrequited love theme that pops up throughout the stories.
Right. Adds a whole other level of complexity.
Is it just about romantic longing, or is there something deeper at play?
I think it goes beyond just, yearning for a partner. It's this metaphor for their longing for acceptance, for recognition. Like, they want to be seen for who they truly are.
To be understood.
Exactly. But they often encounter prejudice and misunderstanding. Binky, for instance. He falls for this woman who sees him as exotic, not as a person.
Oh, I see. So he's reduced to a stereotype.
It's heartbreaking because he craves genuine connection, but all she sees is this, this fantasy.
It makes you think about how often we project our own ideas onto others without really seeing them.
Right. And that's where the real loneliness comes in. Not just being alone, but being unseen.
It's like a deeper level of isolation. And what strikes me, reading these stories is there's this lack of solidarity between the characters. You'd think, they'd find support in each other, right?
You would, wouldn't you?
But it's almost like everyone's struggling in their own little silo. Why is that?
Well, it's a complex situation. And it's not uncommon, actually, in immigrant communities. There's competition for jobs, for housing, even for recognition.
Right, so they're all vying for the same limited resources.
Exactly. They're all fighting for a piece of the pie. And sometimes that comes at the expense of unity, Plus, they come from different islands, different backgrounds, so there's cultural friction, too.
It's ironic, isn't it? They're united by their outsider status,
You'd think that would bring them together.
Right, but yet so divided internally. It's such a poignant reflection of, I don't know, the human condition.
It is. It shows how complex our relationships can be, especially when we're all navigating such uncertain terrain.
We talked about humor earlier, though,
Mhm.
and I'm curious, how does Taylor use humor in a story that's essentially about displacement and disillusionment?
Well, it's not like, laugh out loud humor. It's more subtle,
Hmm.
often observational.
Okay.
It's in the way they poke fun at the quirks of their new homes.
Hmm.
The cultural clashes, the misunderstandings.
Those everyday absurdities.
Yeah, like in one scene, Moby's trying to explain cricket to a Swedish coworker.
Oh, that sounds like a recipe for disaster.
It is, and it's hilarious,
Yeah.
but it's not slapstick, It's this
Yeah.
wry, knowing kind of humor. It acknowledges the absurdity of their situations.
So it's about finding the lightness in the darkness, a way to cope with the struggles.
Precisely. It's a reminder that even in the midst of hardship, you can find moments of joy in the little things, in the shared human experience.
That's a good point. It's about finding those moments that connect us, even when everything else seems to be pulling us apart.
Exactly. It's about recognizing our shared humanity.
And ultimately, I think it's fair to say, aren't they all searching for a better life?
I think that's at the heart of it, yeah.
But what does that even mean for these characters? I mean, is it the same for everyone?
Yeah.
And do they actually find it?
Well, that's the central question, isn't it? A better life is different for each character. For Betty, it's about love and acceptance.
Right.
While Binky craves financial security and status, the markers of success.
It's different for each of them.
And their journeys are not easy. They're riddled with setbacks, with moments of despair. But there are also these glimmers of hope, small victories along the way.
It's not a fairy tale ending.
No, it's not. Whether they achieve their own definition of a better life, that's left open-ended.
It makes you think.
It does. It forces you, the reader, to really grapple with the complexities of their experiences, to ask yourself, what does a better life even mean?
Exactly. And I think that's the beauty of the book. It leaves you with more questions than answers.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive, what are the big takeaways? What has Strangers in Another Country taught us?
It's a powerful reminder, I think, that the immigrant experience, while unique to each individual, carries these universal themes: resilience, adaptation.
The constant search for belonging.
Exactly. It challenges us to confront the realities of prejudice, these invisible barriers that divide us, but it also celebrates the human spirit.
Right. The ability to find humor and connection even in the most challenging circumstances.
It's a testament to the power of the human spirit to adapt and find meaning, even when feeling like a stranger in a strange land.
It really makes you think about what it means to be human, to connect with others, to find a place where you belong.
And that, I think, is what makes this book so relevant even today. We live in a world where more and more people are on the move, seeking new opportunities, new beginnings.
And facing similar challenges, I imagine.
Absolutely. And Taylor's stories offer a window into those experiences, reminding us of the shared humanity that binds us all together.
It's a book that stays with you long after you finish it. And it makes you wonder, if you were in their shoes, how would you navigate those challenges?
What choices would you make?
It's a question worth pondering, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a testament to Taylor's skill as a storyteller that he leaves us with more questions than answers, prompting us to examine our own biases, our own assumptions about the world.
I couldn't agree more. It's a powerful read, and I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to understand the human experience on a deeper level.
Well said.
Well, thanks for joining me today on this deep dive into Strangers in Another Country. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep connecting.
Always a pleasure.
And remember, the world is full of stories waiting to be discovered.